Welcome, everyone, to episode 39 of the Cosmere Reads.
We're about to go over the hill.
We're about to. This podcast is about to be older than me. At least in weeks or whatever. Yeah. So fun times. Yeah. 39, almost to episode 40. We do have some guests coming up soon, not today, but soon we do have some guests, I think, in March. So
cool.
Looking forward to that. But yeah, fun times. As far as announcements goes, the Will of Reeds is recording tomorrow, and then we are doing the Will of Reeds does Cosmere, I think either on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure. I had to get back with Ian and Chris. We're doing it this week. So at some point this week, we're going to be live 3 times this week. At least I am.
Wow.
With some more Cosmere content that you guys can't watch because, well, that's spoilers. Oh, wait. I didn't change I still have the Will Reads thing up here. This is how dysfunctional. There we go. Cosmere Reads.
How does that work? Are they reading like a different order, or
they're just reading through it? So, like, not going chapter by chapter. They're just reading through it, and then Chris likes to get on and talk about like a whole book. So it's like there's no format. It's not like a real podcast. It's not like a podcast, and we don't make a podcast out of it. It's YouTube only, and it's just Chris and occasionally Ian coming on talking about the Cosmere stuff.
Cool.
Well, I'm going to be the petulant child and be like, "You can't tell me what not to listen to, Dad."
I have no idea what's going on because book 2 of Stormlights.
I've already listened to everything.
It's just be completely confused, you guys. You won't even know character names or anything.
Oh no, I'll figure it out.
I'm already confused.
Yeah, so we're doing that at some point this week. But yeah, it's not a podcast. It's just on YouTube only. So anyone who's listening to this podcast, go check out YouTube. The Will Reads YouTube. It's where you can find all the Cosmere stuff, Cosmere Read stuff, and the Will Read stuff, and everything else. So check it out. That's about the Will Reads is doing the Wars of Radiance. Yes, we're doing, I guess, a book review or something. Letting Chris talk about it for an hour because he wants to talk about it. That's what we're doing. If Chris is listening live right now, Chris, what are we doing on Wednesday? Let me know.
My pretty lights.
Yes. What's everybody drinking?
Oh, so out of a wine glass. By the way, it's wine glass because it says the words "wine down" on it. But I've actually made my own cocktail, which has actually got peach whiskey, orange juice, Fresca, and tequila. Hey.
Okay.
Tasty.
Whiskey and tequila. Interesting mix.
I was going to put rosemary in it, but unfortunately, I ran out of time.
Ooh, 90 point. Is it Cab
Oh,
Franc?
Cab Franc out of the Mendoza Valley of Argentina. It's pretty good.
Oh, Argentina. Yes,
90
yes.
90 plus sellers.
Hey, happy.
Hey,
Hey,
everybody drink.
Hey.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we drink.
Happy sighting. Everybody drink.
Very much indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm drinking Star Hill Northern Lights IPA.
Northern Lights, hooray! That was in honor of me going to see the Northern Lights, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then Winter Shade or Whiter Shade. A wider shade.
Whiter shade. Wait, whiter shade of what?
IPA. I don't know. Just grab out of the fridge. It's in there. I don't know.
That's the worst beer name I think I've ever heard.
It has a white stag on the back. It's kind of cool looking can.
Oh, well, I like
that's like a bunny. That's like a jackalope or whatever.
Jackalope, right?
Jackalope, yeah,
man. I like that part.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, fun times. That's all I got really for announcements. Alan is really white.
For those of you watching the actual YouTube videos, sure.
Yeah.
It checks out.
It's my own beer, the whiter shade. Yes.
Oh, is it the hair on top, dude?
Yes.
If that's the case, I definitely got the whiter shade going. I read about here and here. I got some white
hairline.
Got some white all up in here, man. Yeah.
There you go.
Mine's coming.
It's coming. Get in there.
Look, the worst part is when when you get your first white eyelash, you're like, oh goddamn, I'm old.
I started growing gray in my 20s, so like I was just like, yeah, well,
You were a member of the Steve Martin affliction. That poor
Yep.
guy.
yeah.
I got like these in my late 20s because my late 20s were just a weird period, and then it kind of stopped. So I'm trying to like not stress anymore.
A very
Oh,
weird
yeah.
time in my life.
Pretty
You
much.
met me. What is that from? You met me at a really weird time in my life.
Fight Club.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well done.
I'll take Fight Club for 1,000, Trebek.
Hey. Boom. R.I.P.
After
the
he
master,
shot
the
himself through his
master.
mouth. And
Oh
then
yeah, out of his cheek. Yes,
yeah, and he mumbles it. Hey, man, I really weird time in my life.
That's right.
Not realizing it actually wasn't. That whole thing was just Ed Norton talking about his own life. It wasn't actually part of the script.
Yeah.
He was just talking about his own life. He's like, "You made me a really weird time."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's gone through some weird times, that's for sure.
Sure has. Yeah, where is he now? He's just
I don't
gone.
know. No, he was in something recently, like a
What
year
was he in?
ago. On that Netflix, it was really good. Like Knives Out. It wasn't Knives Out. The Glass Onion.
Right. He was. That's
yeah.
right. He was in that.
Mhm.
And basically, oh my god, they threw so much shade at Elon Musk in that. So much.
It was pretty
shade.
good. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Oh,
It was
so
fun.
by the way, I'm a huge Ryan Johnson fan. I'm the
Yeah.
one person. I'm not the one person. I'm throwing it out like a hot take, but I did enjoy that Star Wars movie he did.
Okay.
I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I think it has some moments where it's like, okay, sure, the casino scene,
Mhm.
man, but that Skywalker joint where it's like, he like shows up, Kylo Ren, and then the scene where the lady, like when they go to light speed and she like just destroys it, and it's like all silent.
Mhm.
Tear. I was like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the haters out there.
All the haters out there.
Just hate me. That's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. I'll die on that hill.
It wasn't the best dialogue written as far as scripts, but I was
It had so many problems,
but I was entertained, and that's why I told people about it too. I still to this day down that hill. Like, I would consider myself a pretty big Star Wars fan. I mean, I can reach over here and show you all the Star Wars stuff I got over there, but I got tons of Star Wars stuff. But like, I was entertained. Like, I went to the theaters and I left entertained. Like,
unlike that last movie, you left the theater. You were like, "Why did I come here?"
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, my car, electric vehicle, is
Mhm.
called Evader.
Yeah.
It's all black, and I got Darth Vader stuff all over it. So yes, Star Wars fan.
My cat's name is Kenobi.
I forgot your cat's name's Kenobi. I forgot. Oh, dude.
Literally, my cat's
Well
name
done.
is Kenobi.
Well done.
Kenobi. We call him Kenobi Nobes or Mr. Nobes for short, but it's
Yes, I forgot about Kenobi.
Kenobi Nobes.
Yes,
Mr.
Kenobi.
Nobes.
I will drink. I will drink because another member of your family was mentioned.
Yeah, so now if I ever run to Ewan McGregor ever, I'm gonna call him Mr. Nobes, and he's gonna look at me really weird, like Mr. Nobes.
Kenobi Nobe.
Kenobi Nobes.
If you say Nobes and you kind of mumble a little bit, he'll look down and be like, "Am I peeking through my shirt? What? What? My noobs? What? Oh, no.
Fun. So, you guys ready? Chapter 29.
Yes. Now that we finished the Star Wars reads, we'll move
Star
on
Wars
to
reads.
the
We'll move on to the
Cosmere
Cosmere reads.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Will, you are still live, or not live, but you're in the Discord game channel. Are you waiting for a game to start?
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Just letting you know. I was thinking about
Sometimes
joining in
I
there
just-
too to get you some echo in your ears.
Oh, I thought. By the way, a new pirate game came out like this last week or
Yeah.
something, right? So,
Yeah.
you guys on that?
No.
What's the deal? Okay, just wondering. All right.
I don't know about this game.
Yeah, I've heard bad things. So
Oh, okay.
I was following it a couple years ago, Skull and Bones. Yeah, so we'll talk about games for a second. Back on the game reads. So
Let's bring it in. Let's
bring
go.
it in.
Let's go.
So yeah, I was really interested in it years ago when it was first announced, and then it was
Okay.
delayed a year, and it was
Yeah,
delayed
that's
another
right.
year,
Yeah.
and then by the time the final product came out, it was not what was originally pitched at all. Like what was originally pitched sounded really cool. And then what the final product ended up being was like, yeah, we need to just put something out. Let's put something out. Like, and let's throw this garbage out there. And every gameplay I've watched and every review I've read has been, I'm not spending $80 on this game. Like it's not.
Yeah, I hear $70. I'm like,
yeah, it's like 79 or something like that. Yeah, it's like $70. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it.
And it's based on the idea of being an MMORPG, right?
Kind of. Yeah, it's based on Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but without all the cool parts of Black Flag.
Oh,
and just the pirate parts.
Mm-hmm.
But then like
hopefully less glitchy, because Black Flag has so many glitches in that thing when it was released. Oh man.
It's supposed to be a pirate game, and I guess it is, but like from what I've heard, it's just
okay.
It misses the mark and every. And like I said, I haven't played it yet, so I'm talking bad about what I've just seen from gameplay and reviews I've read. So this is not a hot take. Alex played it. And this is my official review. I'm just I'm not going to pay for it.
No. I mean, and the thing is, I appreciate it. Other people are going to appreciate it. I downloaded Hogwarts. I've been like super excited about Hogwarts Legacy. I was waiting for it to go on sale. Mm-hmm. I was like, cool. It went on sale, $35. I'm gonna snatch it up. I downloaded. I tried to play it, and you guys know I just built a water cooled PC. This thing can play everything. That thing would crash every 5 minutes. I got a resource monitor. It's got VRAM, memory issues and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I went beyond the 2-hour threshold. I told Steam, I was like, I want a refund. Take the game back. I don't care.
In better Sea of Thieves news, since we're talking about games, the rumor is almost 100% confirmed that in the next few months they are launching it onto PlayStation and the new generation Switch, which means we have a whole bunch of noobs coming to the servers, which is going to be so much fun.
So this is one of the reasons why I didn't get in, by the way, guys. I really wanted to see if that was going to happen. I heard it was going to be released for PlayStation. I was like, I'd rather put it on my PS5 than put it on my computer. That's just
somebody did like the analysis of what the press release said that 4 Xbox games are coming to PlayStation, and they gave like parameters of what it would be, and they said it wasn't this game, it wasn't this game, and someone like listed all the Xbox exclusives that could be, and based on what they said, they narrowed it all down, and it's 2 games that fit their parameters of what they said. And Sea of Thieves is one of them, and they said they're doing 4. So like they're like, well, it has to be Sea of Thieves is one of them. So.
And they're supposed to be starting to release a whole bunch of more games that were exclusives and making them like, cross-platform and stuff. And I'm like, good for them, because that's how you make the dollars.
It is, yeah. But I can't wait for all the new PlayStation kids to get on the servers, because it's gonna be a slaughterhouse from all the 6-year veterans that are just going
so,
the sweaty sweats that are just going to dunk on every single one of them.
I plan on getting like just pillaged like frequently.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad.
I'm okay with that.
Anyways, chapter 29. Let's go right into this.
What this podcast is about. That's right.
What this podcast is actually about. All right, so the Lord Ruler didn't just forbid certain technologies. He suppressed technological advancement completely. It seems odd that during the entirety of a 1,000-year reign, very little progress was made. Farming techniques, architectural methods, even fashion remained remarkably stable during the Lord Ruler's reign. He constructed his perfect empire and then tried to make it stay that way. For the most part, he was successful. Pocket watches, other than Kalini appropriations, that were made in the 10th century of the empire were nearly identical to those that were made during the first. Everything stayed the same until it all collapsed, of course.
So I don't know if this epigraph was foreboding or retrospectively saying that there was like a cycle that occurred. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So, Will, what do you got?
Gunpowder pocket watches.
Oh yeah, get coffee spelled.
I forgot about that. Oh my god, you on this name change situation? I love it.
It's a new thing I'm trying out. Just let me do my thing, all right?
Dude, no, I'm a stand for it. If you don't sustain this, I will call you out, sir.
All right, I like it.
Keep the name changes coming.
Don't ask. I will tell you my feedback based on my name change. So there it is.
There you
Ooh, I
go.
love it. I love it.
No, I don't know. Pocket watches. This new technologies that are coming
Yeah.
out, and it's like,
Mhm,
when's the Vision Pro gonna hit, dude?
Yeah.
mhm.
Well,
that
pocket
what
watches
it's called?
remained pretty stable for about 100 years until wristwatches really became a thing.
I still got a pocket watch. I got a pocket watch, but I don't wear it often. But I mean, I look like a badass when I wear
I thought
it.
you were about
I
to
have
pull one
two.
out of your pocket right now.
No, I do have one. But
I
of
was
course,
really hoping you were gonna just whip one out.
now I wear it with a sport coat.
Okay.
That's pretty
A little
cool.
I
chain.
have an actual pocket. I have a pocket because actually a lot of sport coats, some do. They have the two coat pockets, like at the bottom, and then they'll have a small pocket right above that. If I'm wearing a coat that actually has that pocket, I'll actually put my pocket
perfect.
watch in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
That's boss. I like
That's
that.
awesome.
gotta do it. Thank you.
Yeah, I have two pocket watches. They're upstairs, but yeah, I have two.
I
I
think
got a
start
Seahawks
rocking
pocket watch too.
the glass eyepiece.
The monocle. This
The
guy.
monocle, yeah.
Go in. Go ahead, Mr. Pennybags.
Do the
They
little
have one in
get the
CW.
little flip glasses, the little tiny,
Yeah.
the little readers.
The what do you call that? The opera glasses, right?
Yeah.
No, I like the monocle though. That's what you put in your
Yeah.
eye, like
Yeah,
I wear
That's
one
cool.
in Sea of Thieves.
yeah.
I need that GIF. If I don't see it, didn't happen.
Yeah, we'll find it. So Sazed, where's Sazed? He's finally in Orto, accompanied by Gordel, Breeze, Alarion, and an honor guard of soldiers. He's going to see the boy, the citizen Quillian, to parlay.
Parlay.
Parlay. They're going to talk. The talks don't go that well, at least not first. Quillian is definitely antagonistic towards Sazed and his companions, because he's an ambassador of a noble. And basically, I mean, Quillian pretty much says, if it wasn't for the fact that you're a terrorist, man, I'll just kill you right now. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. But Sazed is trying to say that, hey, there's a bigger problem. This reminds me of almost like the Game of Thrones. Even this was written, I think, this might have been before or after. I can't remember which came out first. But like the whole thing towards, I guess this would have been last season, so it hasn't been written yet in Game of Thrones. So last season of the TV show, where like Tyrion and them meet, and like, yeah, we got a bigger problem. The White Walkers, like, we got this
that whole thing, yeah,
like coming down. Like this little squabble we got going on isn't the problem. Like there's bigger things that we stop and form some kind of alliance, or at least a truce, until we figure all this out. So,
yeah.
It's funny this guy's name is Citizen, but he is like so power hungry. It's not even funny.
yeah, and so hypocritical. Like, I'm going to kill all the nobles, but I'm going to throw fancy balls and invite all the nobles to it because I was once an obligator, and like it's just really like, yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, I got a lot of 1984 vibes from that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
that whole citizen thing and
Mm-hmm.
all for the greater good and all the things that go along with that.
Yep.
You're not welcome here.
Yeah.
That double speak. Yeah.
Double speak. Oh man, it's been a long time since I read 1984, but yeah.
Every I recommend to anybody who's listening, once a decade, read that book.
I haven't read it since I was probably senior in high school.
Then you were overdue. Get on it, because
Get on it.
It's just a reminder of how you could have these overlords for the greater good. Encourage you to give away your personal rights and freedoms. So yeah,
man, it's kind of close to home. Brave New World. I read that recently. But
I gotta reread that. That's a good one to reread. Where's my pen?
A Brave New World. That's so also another one of those ones that it's a good one to reread because
yes, absolutely
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. So Quillian basically declines, says it, saying, "Hey, listen, I follow the survivor. We don't need no allies. We follow the survivor.
We don't need no stinking allies.
We don't need no allies.
Where's that from? Blazing Saddles.
Blazing
Saddles.
Saddles.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you seen the little clip where it's like if Blazing Saddles was made today?
No.
And it has the credits like Blazing Saddles, and then goes to the credits at the very end. I was like, like
Oh yeah, everything in it is
Everything.
terribly offensive. Everything,
cut it off.
every scene. Oh,
They could not make Blazing Saddles today.
I mean, literally, the pretext would be this was made in a different era, right? It's like the Disney where like every Disney movie now has like the on
disclaimer.
Disney Plus. It's got the disclaimer at the front.
Mhm.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles. Yeah,
I don't even know if you can even put a disclaimer. It's just like this whole movie is just super offensive to everyone.
I mean, but
It was
even,
meant to be. I
but
mean, that was
even no, even when it was made, they knew it was going to offend. That's
Yeah.
Mel Brooks. That's what he does.
That's what he
though.
does. Yeah, 100%.
And Mel Brooks' stuff, give him credit. All his stuff is timeless.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, Young Frankenstein, timeless.
Yeah.
Spaceballs, timeless. Robin Hood, Men in
Tights.
timeless. Come on now. Yeah.
The History of the World Part 1. That's a good one too.
Timeless.
Timeless.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah. So and after all this, after he declined, Sazed is like, well, can we at least stay here? I mean, we'll just break in if you don't let us. But Twillen's like, I guess you got a point. Like, you can stay in the city.
Yeah.
But as long as you obey our laws. If you break our laws once, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anything from all this meeting? Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I got
No.
nothing.
Okay. You about to say something?
Not me.
Oh, you breathed it. Okay, sorry. So as the carriage leaves,
Stop breathing.
so as the carriage leaves Quillian's place, Sazed looks down. He's like, "Hey, that guy looks kind of familiar. Spook." it's like, it wasn't me. He's dressed as a soldier, but he's wearing a bandage over his eyes, and Sazed is trying to like, what's going on with you? Why are you so weird? And Spook takes him to the Canton of Inquisition. That apparently the citizen has not really done anything with, I guess, because fear of Inquisitors or something like that, and they use that as their base. And it also finds that there's a gigantic supply cache hidden underneath the building. Like huge supply cache. Yeah. Like huge without the H. Huge. It's
Huge.
It's huge. Yeah. Also discovers why all the canals are empty. Apparently they're diverting the water source that's into this hidden underground lake located with the supplies. So you get all that as well. So
that whole scene was cool. Like when they're like taking the boards off of the main door to go inside. Sazed's like struggling to get one of the boards off. Meanwhile, Spook is over there just like ripping them off left and right. And he reaches over and he's like, "Need some help?" Boop, boop, like pulls it off, and I'm like, what is going on with this guy now?
Nice.
Spook's been hitting those weights, man. He's been
yeah. They're like, you must have been training with the weights.
Yeah, give him those gains. Give him those gains.
Spook not going into anything that's happened to him.
Straight sleeper.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. He's like not boasting about it. He's just like,
no,
hey, I'm here to help.
Like, straight sleeper is exactly what he should be called right now. Right?
Exactly.
Also interesting, the underground lake there, they figure out that's why all the canals outside leading into the city were drained.
We're dry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they didn't want all of the ash and pollutants getting in, because that's like a massive fresh water supply.
Right.
Which is why it's such an important storage cache.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the fact that I'm assuming that the citizen doesn't even know about it. Otherwise, it would have been taken out. So it's like they have and they make the point, like, it has enough checkpoints that like they can move their entire army secretly down there, and there's enough supplies they could stay down there forever. And if it ever got found out, they could defend it very easily.
Yep.
Because only one guy can go down at a time, and you're screwed. Like a checkpoint like that.
Reminds us of another army that was set up underground with a very single point of entry in a previous book.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they got taken out, but that's not the point.
But they were taken out underground.
That's right.
They were taken out because they marched and tried to attack. But
yeah.
It's interesting to me that they didn't even bother to check that place. They're like, no, boarded up. It's off limits.
That'll hold them.
That's like a testament to like these people that live there. I feel like they're just like oblivious.
It just nobody expects it. I mean, you have Inquisitors and
nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
We knew it was coming.
Nobody expects it.
No one expects it.
We knew it was coming. It just had to happen.
Good one.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
It's like a colonoscopy. Just let it happen.
Yeah. So, exactly.
Sure.
Any thoughts from all this chapter before we move to chapter 30? No. Okay. Chapter 30. Originally, men assumed that Rashik's persecution of the terrorist religion came from hatred. Yet now we know that Rashik was himself a terrorist man. His destruction of that religion seems odd. I suspect it had something to do with the prophecies about the Hero of Ages. Rashik knew that preservation's power would eventually return to the Well of Ascension. If the terrorist religion had been allowed to survive, then perhaps someday a person would find their way to the well and take it the power, then use it to defeat Rashik and overthrow his empire. So he obscured the knowledge of the hero and what he was supposed to do, hoping to keep the secret of the well to himself.
I got nothing on that. I got one on the next one.
So I'm going to go ahead and just throw this. I didn't understand that whole thing about preservation's power. So it made it seem like the power in the well comes from preservation, right? We still don't really quite know what preservation is. We haven't really been told. I felt like preservation was the mist wraith spirit thing that we've been seeing. And now we're being told that preservation's power is in the well and it remanifests itself every so often.
But then Finn took it and then gave it up to Ruin.
So now, does that mean basically Ruin absorbed preservation and that's the reason why we don't know what preservation is? If that's the case, then that means that mist spirit is gone as well, absorbed by Ruin. So I'm a little confused. We'll put it like that. No more than that. I've got no theories. I got no theory time on that. I'm just like, what the actual F right now? Because I'm sure it's gonna be Raffo. I mean, that's like a byword, a byline that we have to just assume is going to happen. But that whole thing about the way that preservation was mentioned in that epigraph.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, we start with Ellen in this chapter. Ellen is surprised that no one objects to him and Vin going to the ball because they're going to go to a party. Because why not? When in Rome, right? Fadrex City having a party. Let's go ahead and go. Ellen also talks a little bit about the line of succession for Set here, just a tiny bit. And we also learned that they're going to keep, is it Ariel? Oriel? I'm gonna say that Oreo. Kipo.
Oreo.
Kipo.
It's like the baseball team, the Orioles.
The Orioles.
Oreo.
Well, it's not spelled Orioles. It's Oriel. But yeah,
trust me,
it's Orioles.
Orioles.
It's Orioles.
Wait. Remind me who is this?
To keep where the ball is being held.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
And by the way, Will, you missed it. I'm sorry, Yin and Yang, you missed it. I did not retain anything from these chapters I read. I was like reading them. I was like, okay. And I was writing notes, and I was like, I got nothing. So I could easily misremember 75% of the stuff that's gonna come up on this podcast. So
It's okay. It happens.
This whole scene is where Ellen's talking to Ham and Set while they're waiting for Ven to get ready for the ball.
Yeah.
And Set's like, hey, so since you're going to this ball with Ven, if you guys both die, I'm in charge, right? And he's like, no. Sazed is in charge. He's like, okay, well, what if something happens to Sazed? And Ham's like, and Ellen's like, well, Ham, you've like disregarded every leadership position I've given you. And he's like, so I guess Set would be in charge afterwards.
Yeah. By default.
Yeah.
Grumpy old Set.
And then Ben comes out, and Ellen's like, damn.
Set a replacement for clubs?
Yeah, that's what I said last episode.
And partially Breeze, too, because in this scene...
But Breeze is still alive.
Right, but like, since Breeze isn't there, the way that Set challenges Ham is like,
man.
It was very Breeze-ish.
Yeah.
I might be becoming a Set fan. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I still don't trust him, though.
Yeah.
Oh, who cares about trusting him? I mean, come on, this guy.
Yeah, whatever. Trust much.
He's gonna be carried around like a freaking like chariot of like people and stuff because he can't walk. Blah blah blah. Yeah, but I like him. Okay.
Yeah. So after Vin comes out looking like a smoke show, Ellen and Vin decide to travel to the ball.
Nice.
And Ellen walks in like a boss, gives his card to the servant, with his name and titles.
Have you heard of me?
And is announced to the attendees, which causes the DJ stops his music. Everybody just like comes to a screeching halt, straight out of a 90s rom-com feel. Everybody stops and turns like, who shut up?
Yep.
And this is right after they just straight up like jump right into the middle of the entrance.
Oh yeah, they use
They're
elements. They make a grand entrance.
Yeah.
Very flashy.
Yeah,
Guards already coming.
It's a good needle drop though. Seriously, I mean, if you're gonna do that, come on, admit it. If we had that power, would we not? Come on.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's how to enter everywhere.
Oh shoot! I can see Will right now, just drop it in. Bam!
What's up, bitches?
There it is. Called it.
Not even maybe at work. He's like, so did anybody get the idea on the reports? Where's Will? It comes flying in the window, like boom. He's got the reports right here.
Will is talking that way to his toothbrush. There you go, tooth bitches. All day long, dude.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not.
So they split up and start to mingle. Before going directly to talk to Yeoman. I guess Yeoman's a citizen. I'm getting so confused. I'm sorry. Quillian, who they were talking to earlier, is Yeoman's the citizen. I'm sorry.
No. Quillian's the citizen.
So because Yeoman's the obligator.
Right.
Yeoman's the obligator.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Yeoman's having the ball.
Sorry, that was just a brain fart for me.
But I mean, it seems like the
Easy
vibes in Fadrex City and Utro are similar in the sense that they don't want anything to do with what's going on in the outside world.
Yeah, I feel like this parallel setup. I'm so glad you said that, Will, because I felt that way reading chapters. There's a reason why they're alternating the chapters, right?
Yeah.
It's because they want you to understand that it's like, well, Sanderson, he wants you to understand this is actually happening in parallel.
Same time.
But the parallels are so similar.
Right.
It's like this idea of like, oh, we're not really paying attention to the outside world. We're in this like disbelief, but really you're just ostriches hiding your heads in the sand, right? So
yeah, because don't they say that these are the two most like not fortified, but just biggest defendable cities in the Western Mountains?
Yeah,
exactly.
Fadrex City is one of the most defendable cities, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yep. But you nailed it, Will.
Yeah. So before they go directly to speak to the obligator, the guy who's running the party, Yeoman, Vin decides to go pick out the biggest mean girl and straight up pull a scene out of that one movie with Charlie Day and his daughter where they get on stage. He's like, you ever seen that clip or that movie? You know what I'm talking about? The girl
What?
starts like.
All I think about Charlie Day, I only think about is like
It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah,
yeah, that's all I think about. So
I need to find. I need to think of the name of the movie. If someone might be able to help me out, but there's a movie out there where like he has a daughter and like goes and she does like a talent show, and just starts like rapping. Anyway, you gotta see the clip. I'm trying.
Fist fight.
When you said something about Charlie Day in talent show, all I think about is
it's the movie Fist Fight.
No, all I think about is is that what it is? Okay, I've never seen that movie. It's that's Ice Cube.
I've never seen that either.
Right? It's Ice Cube?
Yeah, Ice Cube, yeah.
Right.
Tracy Morgan.
Oh, it's Tracy Morgan? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Tracy Morgan.
But when you said something about Charlie Day and you said talent show, all I think about is Danny DeVito. That when he had the mortician put the makeup on him and he looks terrible. And it's what's the name of the talent show? I wish somebody was in the chat was able to like help me out. But it's like it's the most cringy episode ever.
I want to take a month off work and just watch every episode of Always Sunny.
I have rewatched this show four times,
It's
start
so
to finish. It never gets old. It sells every time.
Dude.
First episode to the end.
And it's one of those things where like people have watched it like no, and then when you make references, sometimes you'll be in an entire group of people that no one watches it, and it just falls completely flat.
Yeah, I've never watched it. I've never watched a whole season. I've seen a couple episodes, but like the one episode that made me realize like I need to watch the whole thing is the one where Charlie is in his apartment. He's got all the windows covered and he's like huffing spray paint, and he does the Dayman song.
Whoa, fighter of the night, man.
And
whoa.
And Dennis comes over.
Yeah.
And they're like, they're formulating it. And then the next season, it comes to fruition. And then they make one of the most beautiful musicals of all time.
Yeah.
If you want to get that boy's soul,
you gotta pay the troll toll.
You gotta pay the troll toll. And he's like, you sound like you're saying boy's hole.
If you want to get inside the boy's hole. No.
I'm saying boy's soul.
There's an island in Australia called Dayman Island, and that episode came out before I did my sailing trip years ago. We're sailing along northern Australia, and every time someone mentioned it in the map, like, "Hey, we're coming up on Dayman Island," it said Dayman. Whoa!
Fighter of the night, man.
Whoa! Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been at parties before, like where they're like flip cups going on, and I'll start doing Philadelphia, flip, and like people just look at you like you're strange, and I'm like,
oh no,
it's Always Sunny. And they're like, nah, I've never seen it. I was like, that's such a great episode.
When I was in college, I lived with a bunch of guys. Whenever we played flip cup, like at a certain point, after we had a few beers, it would always turn into the massive like Flipadelphia chant.
Flipadelphia. Gotta do it, man. Each time, every time. Yes.
Those guys were huge Always Sunny fans.
Yeah. So Vin goes up to the meanest girl in the whole room, Lady Parson or Paterson. Yeah. And basically, like, just calls her out on her bullshit. Just like, doesn't even address her. Just like goes up and like.
She dresses her down. Yeah. Oh my god, look, let's think about Vin at balls 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
The way she would act, whatever, talk to, interact with. She came in there strutting her shit and just like completely, she tries to be like a little like, cool and formal and cordial. Mm-hmm. And then she just like is like, hey, by the way, when this shit all goes to F, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go ahead. You're gonna take your ish. You're gonna run. You're gonna leave all these people out here in the leech, just like wondering like, where's our people? Who's gonna take care of us? And, I mean, sorry, I meant to say in the lurch. And she like dresses her down, and then gets up from the spot, walks away, and they're all following her.
Yeah.
Just like little church girls, just like,
Yep.
hey, tell us more about what you're talking about. We're gonna introduce you to some other people.
Yep. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, she
it's a
walks up
bold
there,
move,
and the first thing the lady Peterson says or whatever is just like, did anybody invite you? She's like, I invited myself. Like,
Damn.
anyway, so
It's like at that moment, it was such a juxtaposition from the last time that happened at a ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where they were like, "Did someone invite you?" And she like cowers, and at that point, it was like,
yeah, it's like,
"You lost
I
your power."
love it. I love it.
I'm in this for it. I don't need an invitation.
You're damn straight.
Yeah.
I slayed the Lord Ruler. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. She's like, and you are which of my toes, Jam?
Pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah. And after she leaves, her whole group follows her, and they all want to introduce her to everybody else. And that's kind of how we end this chapter. We'll go back to that. Like I said, it skips back and forth between Sazed, right, and this. So this is where we end this one. So fun little scene. It's fun to see Vin on the other side of that, at least grown. And it's always like one of those like fantasies you always have. Like if you were ever in the position as a kid, like where like when you're young, kind of awkward. At least this happened to me. And you didn't quite fit in, and you get older, and like, man, if I went back with the knowledge I have now, like, it would have been completely different in the situations, because like you'd been so much more confident going into those. I mean, knowing what you know now, and especially once I was older, it was different. But like, I was an awkward middle schooler.
Boom.
Yeah.
I'll give this little allegory. When I was a kid in middle school, high school, little scrawny, skinny little dude. Thick glasses, got picked on a lot. I went back to my high school reunion with one goal: to beat the snot out of the guy that bullied me in high school. This motherfucker didn't show up. Did not show up. However, at my high school reunion, I had enough favor with everybody there because our high school reunion was boring as hell. It was terrible.
I didn't go to mine.
This is our 10-year. Bro, this is my 10-year high school.
I didn't go to my 10-year or my 20-year.
I convinced everybody, hey, we're going to all go to a bar that one of the people who was in our high school could not come to because he's working tonight. We're going to go visit him. We took the bar over, had the most amazing time. I forgot about beating up my bully. I'm coming for you, though.
If you listen to the podcast.
Anyway, I'm just saying, though, I felt like a boss because we went to that bar and I coordinated that. I got everybody to go hang out at this bar. And everybody's like excited to go someplace that I was going to. I was like, not the most popular kid in school.
Yeah.
But I had that much clout at our high school reunion. I got everyone to go. And I was like, I felt like that. It was like a huge like shift.
Full
in
circle.
Power. Yeah, man. And I was like, I loved it. That everybody was like, and then I had a hotel suite. And everybody after the bar closed down went to my hotel room and we hung out there and drank and everything all night. So again, it flipped the script on what happened in high school, where it's like nobody gave a shit to now everybody was like, I want to be what you do. What's going on? What you doing? How you hanging out? That kind of thing. So
That's cool.
I like you, Vin.
But that's how we end this chapter. So any other thoughts from chapter 30 before we move to chapter 31?
Nah, I got nothing.
Nah, nothing.
So was the bully the bartender?
No, the
that
bully.
would have been awesome.
No, I would not have brought everybody there just to kick his ass. No, he never showed up. I haven't seen him since.
Okay.
And then my last, our 20-year reunion just happened this past year. I couldn't go because they switched to October. And I was like, sorry, Scandinavia, bitches. And they were all like, hey, maybe you can FaceTime, live stream. And I was like, no, you're not that important. Sorry. Deuces.
Yeah, I didn't go to mine because I was busy, and I didn't really have any reason to go to my reunions. I don't know. It's just, I mean,
Now,
high school was
by the
fine,
way,
fine for me. I was never like that, but
and it's not the fact that I don't appreciate the people like trying to keep it going.
Yeah.
Having these like high school reunions and stuff. It's a lot of work. I ain't gonna lie.
sure.
But priorities, and I'm like,
Yeah.
the things I got caught up about. And I say this about my bully. Yeah, if I see him in the street, I'm gonna stomp his ass. I mean, seriously, I will. I'm not gonna seek him out.
30-year vendetta. Don't get on his bad side. Is what?
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
learning
hell
on this
no.
podcast.
No.
I don't
As
we'll
Alan
fight
grabs
you
the
down
dueling
like
cane.
100 years later.
Oh
coming
my
for ya.
god! I will whip my dueling cane out and I will beat and smack that ass. Thank you all day long. However, I won't seek him out. Now, if I run into him in the streets, shit might go down. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I have two people from my graduating class that like I was really close with, and I
Yeah.
still talk to them to this day. And we're all like, why would we go to a fucking reunion when we don't like any of those people?
Yeah.
Funny enough, I didn't realize how many people liked me.
Yeah.
Did not realize. So that's the reason why I would say to anybody that listens to this, you'd be surprised when you go back to your high school, because as a teenagers, you don't know how to express yourself. And there are
Express
people-
yourself. Sorry.
And there are people that liked you, and they have fond memories of you, but they didn't know how to say that at the time because they were like awkward and like teenagers, and it was like girls who were like, "Oh, I had a crush on you. I always thought you were funny." Blah 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 blah. But they didn't know how to say that. Or guys who were like, "Yeah, I always appreciated the way you dressed," or whatever. And then when you get older and they are adults and can say things with confidence, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I always wanted to get to know you better," or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
You know what? No.
I'm that dude.
Word.
yeah.
Good and keen peel.
Always a winner.
All right, Chat 31. Rashik wore both black and white. I think he wanted to show his duality, preservation and ruin. This, of course, was a lie. After all, he had only touched one of the powers, and only in a very small way at that.
Of all these epigraphs, that's the worst one. That meant nothing to me. I was like, okay, what is he like wearing prison stripes? I don't know what that means. I'm like,
The yin and the yang.
oh, this guy.
This is like super high level, not very intellectual theory time about preservation and ruin. It's obviously yin and yang. One's good, one's bad. They push and pull on each other. They're interactive. The whole part about one being like them actually being physically out there is where I'm like, good, bad, preservation, good, ruin, bad.
Do you think so? You said that they're opposites of each other, is what you're saying? Preservation and ruin
Yeah,
as entities, like
yeah.
would you
think
compare
about
like to like God and the devil kind of thing? Or I mean,
No.
you can take a lot of different religions, but like
I mean, maybe, but preservation, you preserve life. Ruin, you ruin life. It's like one is leading to death, one is leading to more life. So sure, Alan, but
sure.
I think there's a lot more to it. I'm not ready to take a dive like Orlando's touched on with, going into Vin and then turning into. I don't get that stuff. So.
Okay. Cool. I like it.
So like my theory time gets one little. Orlando's get. Like
I did the whole thing for a while there, buddy.
Hey,
I appreciate that. But after explaining it,
No, I mean,
I love the NDA.
I haven't thought about it though. I mean, so I appreciate you, like bringing up your thoughts on that. Though
it's very zen. It's like.
Mm-hmm. So do you need one with the like the yin and yang? Do you need both?
Maybe.
Oh, they can't operate independently of each other.
You can't preserve. There's nothing to destroy.
Exist. I like it.
Yeah, you have to have destruction in order to have preservation.
Without death, there is no life.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Life-
emo Will.
Life before death. That's a cool little saying.
There he goes.
Anyway, so chapter 31, Sazed it again. So Sazed, Spook, Breeze, Arian are discussing the rationale for diverting water of the underground lake. And just this is where they really get into deep into fluid dynamic physics, and I start to glaze over and have no idea what they're talking about. No, it doesn't go that deep, but I have a friend of mine who's actually a PhD in physics. He's working at Jefferson Labs here in Newport News, and he's I think he's either just got his PhD or is still working his dissertation. But I made the mistake. If you ever know someone that's getting a doctorate in physics, don't ever ask them what they're doing a dissertation on.
Yeah, they'll
even
talk
though
your head off.
But and then in words I don't understand. Like I like once I can understand. I mean, I understand the basic layman terms of quantum physics. I can understand the layman aspect of it. But when you get like that next level, he started talking about fluid dynamics and the quantum implications of fluid dynamics. And I just, at that point, my eyes glazed over and I was like, what?
So I have numerous friends who have doctorates in all kinds of specialities.
Sure.
I don't care what it is. It's like being, when you go to you get your bachelor's, right? It's like in this wide field.
Sure.
Your master's is a little bit more narrowed.
Yeah.
Physics. I'm sorry. Getting a doctorate in something is like, it's like super tight. It's like right here, and it's like, hey, I got my doctorate in washing machine mechanics, and you're like, wait, what? Why? It's like I wanted to be there. You're like,
I mean, it's basically I am the expert in the entire world on this very, very niche, super narrow,
very specific thing.
Expert in the entire world on this,
right?
And like,
exactly.
Yeah, shout out to Will's wife who's getting her PhD. But like, it's like you get super laser.
And I have crazy respect for somebody who's passionate enough to be right there, where they're like, I'm going to break down the fluid dynamics of peanut butter and jelly in a
quantum
wheat natural sandwich wherein it had actually been flipped 22 times. And I'm like, okay.
Perfect. Bravo.
Good for you.
I mean, even in things that are like not science fields, like I have a friend of mine who he had a PhD in environmental economics.
Dude.
And I asked him about his dissertation and he did it on, I was like, how did those, I was like, this sounds paradoxical. Environment, economics, like environmental, like obviously destroy the environment is better for economics. like in my brain, like screw the environment, make money. But he started talking about is like, so we've obliterated the oyster population just week back from over farming,
right?
And he said the amount of water that filters out, in the bay by oysters, if the population were to return to colonial time levels, where the bay was actually said when the colonists first got here that it was crystal clear water like Florida, how much would it cost to get the oyster population back up to that level? Then how much would home prices go up and all the economy go up because of crystal clear water? Like, is there a direct correlation between using environmental factors to include economic factors, where if you had crystal clear water, does that affect everything else in the environment? And looking at all the details, and he started going into it, I was like, that's actually really fascinating. I never thought about that, and I think the answer is still no. But
yeah, so did he like really prove the answer is yes or no, or like?
I think he argued the answer was yes, but
that's not how it works, though. It's not how it works. The fact that he has to give an answer. He just has to give his analysis of exactly what the factors are that could lead to deeper knowledge about that subject, right? It's kind of like music theory. I mean, I know a lot of people who also have PhDs in music because I was into music. I mean, huge into music. Music theory is huge to me. And the stuff they do, there's no yes or no answers. It's just like if you take music theory and go a step beyond that, what doorways does that open up? What fields of thinking does that open up for you?
Yeah,
that's what it really comes down to when you get to that doctorate level, right?
There was someone that was I was watching something on music theory, not got on that subject, where they're talking about how everything is tuned to a certain key based on from back in the 1700s. This guy that created an instrument and all the keys that we use, like the sharps, the notes, but there actually are, you think about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then the sharps and flats, and that's what we use, but there is sounds in between those two, and you could move the key between that and create an entire instrument that does not follow any other musical key.
Right. Well, because now we're talking about frequency, right? Versus notes, because notes are based on certain frequencies. But there are sub frequencies between. We are getting really out of this. We're getting way away from the cosmic.
How many sharps can you put on a note? How many flats can you put on a note?
See, and that's it, because a sharp is a very denoted like sub frequency
of
between two frequencies that we are like locked into. And if you take and this has actually happened where somebody's taking an entire orchestra. And usually we always like tune on a particular note.
Frequency,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's major, is B flat, right? B flat major, right? So if you take that note, right, and you said we're gonna just like have everyone in the entire orchestra downshift a quarter, not the next flat or sharp, but just downshift a quarter. What does that do? How does that change things? Because now you're hearing things in a different way that you're not expecting.
That no one that most people never heard.
Right.
So it's
because most people only hear the same. What is it? 15. I think it's 15 notes in a chromatic scale.
Right.
What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, 14 notes. 14, so if you take those notes and now start subdividing it, how does that change things, right?
Yeah.
In your head. Anyway, we're getting way off of the cosmic.
Jazz is cool.
Fluid dynamics of the pool under the cache in Orto.
Yes.
Let's go back to where we were. So they discuss, they're discussing this lake, and then they move on to discussing methods for removing the citizen, without allowing him to be replaced by someone just as bad. And Sazed's here playing a little bit of devil's advocate. He's taking Quelling's position as a true follower of Kelsier and Kelsier's policies. Like, hey, he's not necessarily going against, on paper, or at least in speech, what Kelsier preached, and we all followed him. Like, so are we the bad guys? So he's just taking that kind of. Are we now the bad guys?
So I said this in a theory time a few episodes ago, and I feel like this is like coming back to the questioning I had, which is like, the Lord Ruler did this stuff for the greater good, right? So it's like, are we in the infancy of where he was when he came up with this challenge, right?
Right.
This is like, again, I feel like it's cyclical. I know saying cyclical is like kind of like going back into the wheel, but I'm kind of feeling like it is right now, not knowing more.
Yeah,
than what we're gonna hear later with Raffo, of course.
Raffo,
yeah.
It's like this saying. It's not a saying, but like, if you're in a leadership position, you're bound to have people despise you.
Yeah.
In some form or fashion.
Right.
It's only a matter of time, right?
Yeah, and Sazed's bring the point, like they're really good at overthrowing empires, but now we are the empire.
Right.
So, like,
do you just give up?
What are we doing? Like,
someone's going to take over.
They're what we were, sticking it to the empire. but now because they're not us, like they're like, who's the bad guy?
And they have the best thing right now is to keep that awareness.
Mhm.
However, imagine them 1,000 years from now. Could you see them being in the same boat as the Lord Ruler? And I'm saying yes. They could be the Lord Ruler 1,000 years from now, going through whatever. Because imagine having to explain yourself over and over and over again, and then getting to a point where you're like, I'm not going to explain myself anymore. Just do what the hell I tell you to do.
Or I'll kill you.
And
'Cause-
I'm going to set up these Steel Inquisitors. I'm going to set up these Kolos. I'm going to set up these Khandra. I'm going to set up all these things right here to keep all of you in check because I don't feel like explaining it again.
Get a little Taylor Swift comment. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem.
Taylor, is that a Taylor Swift? So I don't know
It's a
many.
Taylor Swift song, yeah.
I don't know many. So yes. So thank you for explaining that because I didn't know.
Yeah.
But then leave it to Breeze to be like the bring you back down to earth guy.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, all right, okay, we're getting way too meta here, guys.
Yeah.
We still we still got a mission.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: what if the Lord Ruler had a cadre of people around him that did exactly what is happening with Ellen and Vin, etc.
Mhm.
And because they did not have the same capabilities to live forever, they died. If you lose your inner circle, how would that change things? Would you
What if he-
become so separated from
That's like your
everybody?
moral compass.
What if he didn't lose his inner circle?
Are you giving us insight into something? Or are you just like trying to throw a bone in the situation?
I'm just saying that there are entities he created that still live today.
Yeah, but not like his let's talk inner circle. Who are we saying is today could be the Lord Ruler's inner circle that existed with him at the moment?
Khandra.
The ones in the houses,
The balcony.
That's why they're not talking.
Right. Well, then they should come out just because they know they're seeing this cycle start over again, right? And they're not.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll see.
But we know they live a really long time.
Oh, heck yes. I mean, the first generation, definitely. I mean, yeah, they're wheelchairing it in their freaking like bungalows back there. Sure. Yeah. Whatever. All right.
Yep. So Breeze does bring him down to earth. So it offers that he'll gather intelligence on, the climate, and so they can determine a proper course of action after their argument. Sazed then goes to seek out the metal plate, and has information about Electrum, which they already knew about that one too. I think, wasn't that the poor man's ATM, Electrum? I can't remember.
Yeah, but it
Sazed right over my head.
Because Sazed reads the metal etching in the cache,
right?
And I mean, I took that as a profound moment because he was kind of like, "There it is. We know it's in Fadrex City now, which is where, yeah." Right.
So Electrum is a real, actual, natural occurring alloy again.
Well, but it says it's not ATM, but it will help you fight the people who have ATM.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like poor man's ATM then. Is that right?
Yeah.
Similar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see.
It's gold and silver.
Silver.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like 58% gold.
Yeah. So Electrum allows an Elementor to see possible features of oneself up to several seconds.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've already talked about that one. Yeah.
Yes, we have.
I just felt like when I read that, Sazed was like, all right, we have confirmation that the last cache in Fadrex City has whatever we're looking for.
Yeah.
Because it had a map. Right.
And Electrum was used a lot, and the Greeks used it a lot for stuff, but then Greeks and Romans, but then
wait, that's an actual element? That's an actual metal?
It's an actual
I feel like everything in this is an actual element. It's just probably not common.
Yeah, electrum's an actual element with gold and silver.
Yeah.
It's naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver with trace amounts of copper and other metals.
So should I eat some and
see what happens?
Yeah.
I'm a frown.
I got a silver bar.
In early Greek society, they were used for coins. Electrum was used for coins. Because it was more durable than gold, because gold's too soft. So they'd use electrum, but they mix it with silver and copper.
What if I eat some and then take a flaming shot?
I think that's what happens.
I would recommend you get one of those tennis racket filters that Michael Scott came up with in the office, so that way you can filter it back out when you shit in the toilet. That's all I'm gonna say.
I already have one actually.
Oh no, I don't want to know any more than that.
Zul said ATM is not real, right? I said Zul Raffo.
You got to say Raffo to Zul? Yes. Podcast over. We win. We win.
Yeah, there you go. Obviously kidding with Zul. She's read all these books, but she might not remember.
Yes,
but anyway, yeah, so it's about Electrum. Spook tells Sazed he thinks this is when they have the conversation with Spooking and Sazed about Kelsier. Where Spook's like, yeah, so I think Kelsier's watching over us. And Sazed's like, okay, well, cool. He's like, I mean, is there any religions that say kind of stuff? He's like, yeah, tons of religions have spirits coming back, ancestors and things like that coming back. He's like, but what if he's real? And Sazed's just like, nah. That's not what are you talking about, Spook? It's like, nothing. Just nothing.
But Spook being the catalyst that restores Sazed's faith in religion, no. Turning point. I mean, I felt like these chapters were ho-hum all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, the ball was cool, though. All the ball stuff is actually pretty cool, so I take that back. However, Sazed's faith being restored by Spook, chef's kiss, dude.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, y'all thought that Spook was this little character that's gonna be killed off, just cannon fodder.
Oh, I definitely thought it.
He's becoming more and more of just a force.
I've seen too many war movies where the guy, and I think with the Billy Crystal line, and when Harry met Sally, he's like, the guy I'm gonna get back to Coney Island, and he one of my hot dogs. He gets shot to the head. I thought Spook was gonna be that guy, and Spook coming and rising to the occasion, and then restoring the faith of.
Yeah.
Good job, Sanderson. I mean that, and it's so naturally done. Where it's not it's it's just out of on a whim, Spook just says something off the cuff. No, Spook has been through some things. He has not explained. We know what those things are. Yeah. And for him to come to him and say, I really feel like Kelsier's out here really trying to reach to us from the grave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well written all around. That part. Yes.
And causes Sazed to take more thought about Tendril,
yeah,
and influence. He resumes researching religions again.
Yep,
he finds the ability to, after all this time, to go back to it.
Yep,
and that's how we end this chapter. So, any thoughts before we move to chapter 32?
I stand by my statement. I think that Sazed is the hero of ages.
Okay, cool.
I got nothing more than that. Sorry.
Okay. Cool. Sure. So chapter 32. Allomancy, obviously, is of preservation. The rational mind will see this. For in the case of allomancy, net power is gained and provided by an external source, preservation's own body. Thoughts?
I got nothing.
Okay, cool.
That's very ethereal. I mean, Will, you got anything? Yin Yang, I mean, do you have anything on that?
No, I was just going to tell Alan to stop looking at me.
Oh. Stop looking at
Stop looking at me, Swan.
I was about to say.
It's okay.
Is that the whole piece of the?
That's all it is. The epigraph. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing less.
Yeah. No, I mean it makes sense because allomancy is.
Well, we know. So the external source is preservation's own body, and we got that from a previous epigraph that what Ellen took, that bead, was a piece of preservation.
Sure.
The
other party.
Yeah, but like, so what if allomancy is used for bad and not good? Then it, then that brings in the question: is preservation good all the time?
Yeah.
So.
And that gets the whole question: is preservation in ruin sentient, where they have their own autonomy or autonomous, where they're not necessarily good or bad; they make their own decisions.
Right? Are they embodiments of anything, or are they just like concepts?
Concepts, yeah. Like pure good, pure evil versus sentient.
Right.
Where
is one evil and the other hope?
A new hope. How you say you're a Star Wars fan? Don't like hope. All right, the whole thing's around hope.
I get it. I mean, hell. I mean, yeah. Star Wars is about hope. How Harry Potter is about love. I get it. It's about these ethereal concepts. Sure. I guess I'm tired of hearing them. I'm gonna stand by that.
Have you seen the theory that Harry Potter is just Star Wars with shitty lightsabers? Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
The wands are just shitty lightsabers.
Yep.
An orphan kid raised by his uncle finds out that he's the destined one.
Yeah, it's like wooden lightsabers. Here we go.
Yeah. Shitty lightsabers. Anyway, good times. So in this chapter, we're back at the ball. Ellen continues to kind of walk around. He encounters Teden at the ball, his old friend. He runs into his old buddy.
Yeah, that's right, Teden.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, good to see you." He's like, "Yeah, good to see you too." He's like, "Ellen, you changed so much." He's like, "Yeah, I had to." Like, dude, do you know how hard it is and how stressful it is to run a kingdom? All right, I have to do what I have to do. All right. And Teden's like, "This is not the old Ellen I knew." And he goes, "Yeah, the old Ellen you knew is dumb and naive. I've seen some shit, all right?"
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the conversation in a nutshell, in my opinion.
It is, yeah. I mean, you nailed it.
I've seen some shit, man. I'm not the same person anymore.
Right.
Oh.
He's like, "Hey, by the way, did you hear about how I died?"
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Rough stuff, man.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, well, good for you. You married a pretty wife."
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Tries to change the subject. Yeah. Ellen's like, "Okay, I'm done with this."
So your chick's kind of hot.
Did good there.
How's that working out for you?
And all Ellen's thinking about is like, "You have no idea like how hard I've become." Like, it's like, "I'm sure you don't know. I literally decapitated our friend Jasty." He's like,
oh, that's right.
Yeah, like he thinks about that. He's like,
should I talk about how I offed our friend's head?
Yeah.
Next conversation.
You don't know how far I've gone. Like,
yeah, over tea and crumpets. Next go around, I'll tell you about how I decapitated our friend.
Yeah. And how far I'll go if it needs. If the ends justify the means. Yeah. So. But Ellen decides eventually to go to Yeoman's table to confront the obligator. Yeoman's wearing a ATM bead, on his forehead, tied in a little jewelry thing.
It sounds a little Star Wars-esque for a princess kind of thing.
Yeah,
where you like a little bead on the head. It's like very Padme. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and it gets this little awkward moment where Ellen just sits across from him and says, like, "I'd like to talk to you," and Yeoman doesn't even acknowledge him for like a couple of minutes, and like he's like, "We can play the quiet game. That's fine. Let's go." Like, I'm just gonna sit here and wait. It's awkward.
Yeah.
Finally, they start to
Whatever.
talk, and Ellen delivers his ultimatum, basically saying, "Hey, listen, we can work together. We can work out some kind of peace deal, and that way, you guys can keep your autonomy. You can do your own thing. That's fine. But we got to beat this Miss Spirit stuff, and let's just agree to be loose friends for now." And Yeoman's like, "Meh."
Jeez.
Yeah. A little more than mad. Just like they just start debating, I guess, philosophy, which kind of one of those chess games on who's bigger kind of thing. They're playing the philosophy game on who's more well scholared.
Right.
But at the end, they realize they both are very well read and very well scholared, and they both make good points. But at the end, Yeoman claims that, it's kind of just like the Lord Ruler for mandates for cities, right? Checkmate. And Yeoman refuses to give in. And that's kind of the end of that interaction. Any thoughts on that whole interaction when they kind of debate philosophy and go back and forth a little bit? And
I don't know. Hope, do you have something to say?
Hope.
It rhymes with soap. Yeah, I thought it was funny because Ellen busts out he's like, "Did you just reference such and such author?" And then they get all into it. And I was like, of course Ellen's gonna pick up on that. But
Yeah.
It seems like Yeoman is just kind of like, "I can't believe you brought an army to my freaking doorstep. What the hell, man? Oh my god." And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, we did, but why are you still just gonna be shut down, not say anything, not negotiate, just be an angry little kid?
Right.
And Ellen even brings that up. He's like, "Yeah, well, I'm trying to talk to you. Yes, I brought an army, but let's talk." And he's like, "No, we're not going to talk." So I don't know. I think Yeoman's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I think Ellen is trying to do the right thing, but he's also covering his bases by having an army back him up. And Yeoman's just kind of meh.
Yep. Then we switch back to Vin. She's enjoying being looked up to by the female nobles, and Ellen walks over to her and asks her for a dance finally. And then
I thought this dance was gonna be cool.
There's a little rom-com moment. Pulls out a book.
While they're
Do my
dancing.
Ellen impersonation.
Oh my god, dude, you
Let me
pull a
read
book
my
out of
book.
your pocket, and then but wait. The thing that gets me though is then it actually kind of turns out a little romantic because it happens to be this first book that you was reading when they first met.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that I forget. He doesn't know how to be sexy. He's not Timberlake. He does not know how to bring sexy back.
Oh.
He's got nothing. He's like, I don't know how to be romantic.
Trying. All right. Give it to the guy. See, Zul thought it was cute. She thought it was cute.
Oh, wait. Okay, sure. I mean, he's awkward as hell. And that's the reason why I'm like, he doesn't know how to be sexy, right? He's not going to be like, hey, I remember the way your eyes looked that day. He's like, remember the book I was reading?
This time on the ladies' man.
Oh, man. Yeah, bring the list back, man. Come on. The ladies' man.
The ladies' man.
Hey, ladies. You ever want to see a man?
My name is Leon Felt. You're listening
Leon
to the
Felt.
ladies' man. But she actually digs it. She's like, "Oh my god, that's actually crazy."
He comes back around, yes.
You found the same book that you were reading when we first met. How the hell did you do that?
Sure.
In a nerdy way,
Yeah,
it is sexy.
I got no hate on the nerdiness.
Me neither. I
love
was
nerdiness.
more.
Yes, nerdiness. I'm okay with that.
It was a little obvious.
Yeah.
On a podcast where we're talking about a book in a fantasy series, I'm okay with nerdiness.
Nerds.
Fucking nerds.
Nerds.
Let's push the glasses up a little bit. Just
Nerds.
you gotta do it. Gotta do it. Yes.
Yeah, it's funny. I had my son's second birthday was yesterday, so we had a party last night.
Oh,
I saw the 2 behind you.
The
Happy
what? Oh, the
birthday.
2. Yeah, the 2 right there.
oh, there you go. Hey, well
yeah, he
done.
turned 2. Yeah, that was a little
Congrats to
decor-
that dude. Yeah,
little decoration for the party.
nice.
And one of my friends from one of my old friends from back in the day, from way back in the day, walks in and sees my Wheel of Time book series up there and just looks up and goes, "Nerd." I was like,
And that's when you brought your dueling cane out.
and that's when I busted Dueling Cane out, and we challenged each other to a duel right then and there. No, it was great. It was funny. It's just whatever. I don't care, dude. So,
And
yeah.
you fought like lightsabers. Just right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny story. You remember the old lightsabers, before they made the cheap ones, but the ones they used to sell in Walmart? Now they sell the cheap ones in Walmart, but they used to have the really cool ones in Walmart. Now they have the really super cool ones you can buy
Yeah,
tons of
they're
money,
like glass and
that are glass, but
Yeah,
the original ones from the 90s that were actually full length and had sound effects and kind of
oh
cool.
yes.
Yeah, so we used to go to, I guess it was before Walmart, so I don't even know what store it was. Maybe Kmart. Nice. Got the lightsaber going.
So will you win? Just
You win.
FYI, you win.
Yeah, you win.
Yes.
We used to
There's
go, I think it was Kmart, and we'd go to the kids' toy section and get the lightsabers and then go get the Razor scooters and would have duels, jousting duels,
Nice.
rider scooters down the
Well
lightsaber
done. Well
until security kicked us out. But it was a lot of fun. If they had TikTok or YouTube back then, I would have been viral and famous because of the stuff that or either that or in jail. I don't know. It's
yeah, you will be tracked down for that. Well, I mean, not that. It's not
not
that.
that. No, people do that kind of stunts, but I've never seen anybody do that stunt. Which I'm on YouTube. I'm sure they're out there, but
I'm
yeah.
sure. Yeah, it's out there
it
somewhere.
would have gone viral. I'm telling you.
17 people watch that video.
Yeah, 17 people exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, after this, they plan to attend their next ball, which happens happens to be.
Yeah, they already putting the things together. You're like,
Yeah,
hey,
they're
we're
putting the
together.
date down. Hey,
Yeah.
let's our next date. It's gonna be at Yeoman's place. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, let's go. And which Yeoman lives where they think the storage cave is.
Right.
I think
Underneath.
it's
You're
in
like,
the other
yeah.
canticle,
Uh-huh.
not in the Inquisitor place, but in the Obligator's place. Which, because like I said, this is happening at the same time, so they have no idea that it's already been found. But it's funny reading these chapters back to back because one side's already there doing their thing, and then Vin and Ellen are completely clueless. That the whole cast.
Again, I like this parallel thing. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little literary device.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah. And after the song ends, they decide to make their dramatic exit by flying
dramatic exit.
over the crowd and I bid you adieu.
Oh wait, no. The most important part, and then Ellen is like, "Hey, by the way, anyone that is still aligned with us, our guards will let you through."
Yeah,
Deuces, McGillicuddy.
you guys can
And then-
bounce. I'm out.
It's like, hey, if you want to be saved, talk to my people. They'll let you out.
Yep.
We're good. And then
Yeah, deuces.
I'm like, wow. So it's a clear threat. It's like
Yeah.
for those of you that stay,
We're gonna kill you
FYI.
all. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna kill everybody that stays. But if you want to leave right now, go for it.
Yeah,
We're fine. Yeah, we're not gonna stop you.
Next time we see you, hope you're on the right side of the fence.
Yeah. Dramatic exit.
Very dramatic exit. I mean, and notwithstanding the flying, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Exactly. Any final thoughts before we move to the final chapter?
I gave my
No.
thoughts. I'm good.
All right, going to my boy TenSoon. My boy. All right. Hemalurgy is of ruin. So,
Okay.
yeah, so elementals of preservation, hemalurgy is of ruin. it destroys. By taking the abilities of one person and giving them to another in reduced amounts, power is actually lost. In line with Ruin's own appointed purpose, breaking down the universe into smaller and smaller pieces. Hemalurgy gives great gifts, but at high costs.
So we get a little bit of background on hemalurgy, which is great. But so you pick up what was given to you, but not at the capability of the person that it's come from, is my assumption.
Sure.
So that's why this whole thing about, and they've been saying for a while, how Allomancy generations ago was much more powerful than it is now. So I feel like this is all coming full circle, this hemalurgy thing. So folks who got these powers initially makes me think that Allomancy theory time. Allomancy came from
Preservation.
right, and that it has been like just continued to be distilled down into diluted down into like nothingness now. So basically it's like a small subset of what they had capability to do
Sure.
centuries ago. Right.
But the hemalurgy, the spiking is of Ruin.
Right. So you're taking something where if you wanted to pass down something that was not going to come down genealogically, but you wanted to give it to somebody else, that's the way you would do it.
Right.
You would use hemalurgy, right?
Right.
So
what do you think the implications are of hemalurgy being of Ruin?
That it comes with a subset of evil that permeates you, which explains why oh shoot, I forgot Kelsier's brother's name right now.
Billy Zane?
No, Kelsier's brother, not
Marsh.
Marsh, thank you. That's the reason why Marsh is like has to align with Ruin. He has no ability to actually, because take the better road or the positive path.
Yeah.
Because it's the powers he has been given have been almost exclusively through Ruin.
Sure.
So he has no ability to actually fight.
Sure.
What he's been given.
So what does that implication mean for Spook?
He'll be in the same situation but not the same way. Because I thought about that. I'm like, okay, well, Spook got that. It was unintentional, that whole thing that occurred. But that means that there's a possibility he will be corrupted in the same way, not at the same level or at the same, prevalence as everybody else. But he's gonna have to struggle, unfortunately.
Okay.
But Spook also he snapped. Well, we don't really know that, but it seemed like he had a snapping moment. So like, does Spook have preservation and ruin?
Well, he already had Allomancy. He was a 10-eye before. He was already a 10-eye.
Right. So that is not corrupted power, right? That power.
He became a pewter arm once he got the sliver of
Right.
the sword through the other guy into him.
Right. So that part of him will corrupt him, but it's still a subset of his powers or capabilities.
There is power lost when transferred from one person to the next in hemalurgy. This is different from the genetic passing of elemental powers, which dilutes by generations. Yeah.
There you go. Yep. And so, because Zool agrees with me, it must be true.
Okay.
What's the point, though? What's the point you're making? That's what I'm missing.
I'm trying to get you guys to talk about theory time. That's all.
So,
me or Londo?
The only piece that is really important about what we're talking about, though, is because getting power through hemalurgy means that now you are susceptible to ruin.
You're corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like with Marsh. Marsh keeps trying to do the right thing, but he keeps having to be... He's fighting it, but he just has to go along with it. He has no choice.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. If you get your power through that mechanism, then you are...
Yeah, and I brought up Zane too. I mean, Zane was spiked as well. Remember, he had a spike going through his chest.
Right.
Mhm.
So you have to fight this like power.
Yeah,
Always-
yeah. You're gonna be constantly fighting that voice in your head, kind
in
of
your ear. All day
negative
long.
talk.
Yep.
Yep. All right, let's get into TenSoon. So TenSoon's led to the trust in the trust warren. Now wearing his wolfhound bones, down to get his judgment.
Look at the bones.
Look at the bones.
Look at those bones.
Look at
I'm
the
giving you a hard
bones.
time. I did that to give you a hard time, Al.
I know. Yeah. He interrupts Kunpar. Kunpar's giving his whole passage judgment, and he's just like, "Meh, screw you, Kunpar. Like, I'm going to address the first, the first generation right now in front of everyone, and they actually he hears them answer here, which basically tells them to be quiet." Where is the clip, Alan? Yeah, okay. We talked about this before the podcast started. I have downloaded the clip. I have
Get him, Zool.
not
Get him.
edited it, added it into StreamYard yet. All right, it's coming. It's coming. All right, the clip is coming.
him, Zool.
We will get there
Get him,
before the
Zool.
end of Mistborn. All right, get him. Anyway, so he interrupts Kunpar to address the first generation about the state of affairs around the world, and basically they tell him to shut up. Like their voice actually comes from up above, like, which they surprise everyone because they haven't heard them talk in forever. And you also learned that TenSoon's old enough to actually had addressed them before they kind of became isolated. He's met the first generation.
Right.
Yeah. So,
But the fact that he talked at all,
yeah, the fact they talked at all, yeah.
because he addressed him. He was like, "Hey, what's up?
Yep.
What's up? What you gonna do?" And
Yeah.
I'm out. Yeah.
And Kunpar just ignores him, or doesn't really ignore him, just talks over him, continues the judgment. And since TenSoon's sentence is for be imprisoned for 10 generations or 1,000 years, and then death by starvation for the crimes of rebellion and endangerment.
You're gonna beat him into a freaking pulp and leave one hole.
Yeah, was it death by starvation? I mean, because it made it sound like they were gonna like feed him his food through a little hole.
Right.
Is that starvation per
I guess.
se?
Yeah.
Or-
I mean, that's kind of how I interpret that. But
So they're gonna beat him to fracture.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then they were gonna leave like a little hole in the brick.
Yeah.
They were gonna like push just enough food through, which sounds like
just-
going to sustain him.
Basically, just to barely keep him alive for 10 generations.
Right.
But then
So-
after that, death.
All right. Is that starvation? I mean,
I think the idea is that you would slowly starve for 1,000 years, but like keeping you just barely alive, but you're still like constantly.
Barely holding
yeah,
on.
but if you're in a really enclosed space where you can't even exert yourself in any way, shape, or form.
Starvation was after the hole, all right?
Oh,
There's my soon-to-be doctor wife.
There you go. It's two separate things.
Yeah, two
Okay.
separate things.
So the whole thing is after. I mean, the whole
The
thing is
starvation
during
is
the
after
whole
the whole.
1,000 years.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're like, and after that,
starving.
the hole closes up.
Was it a hole or was it soul?
The kids
Are
get
you
inside
after
the conjurer's
boy's
hole. The
or
boy's hole.
boy's
Soul.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
10 generations of being fed through a hole and then executed by starvation was the sentence.
Okay, sure.
That's so 10 generations, about 100 years per generation, and for Conjure speak. So it's
Lots of pain.
1,000 years of being slowly starved until they cut it off after 1,000 years. That's a
Right.
crappy judgment, but a really, I guess for Conjure, it's like the worst kind of punishment. I guess I don't know.
Sure, I don't know.
Like, I would hate to have just barely kept alive, like where you always feel like you're like on the verge of death, like starving. Because I get hangry, man. I get really hangry.
Anger is a
Everybody
real
does.
thing.
Everyone gets hangry, dude. That's not.
Yeah.
That's all people.
I know, but like this is a torture. Like that would actually get to me. Like,
Just give me a freaking cheeseburger.
yeah, I'd rather
Yeah.
be whipped than be hangry, man. It's
Really?
no.
We're gonna hold you to that. Hey, for Alan's 40th.
I'm already
Yeah, Alina, you should be happy about this judgment.
Oh no, look. I don't like this 1,000 years thing because I feel like it's look. He didn't give or see her 1,000
Yes.
years. He was like chomp, 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 die, die, die.
What would it take you
And-
to like TenSoon? Like, what would TenSoon need to do to redeem himself? Is he
right.
redeemable?
So here's the thing about TenSoon.
Nothing. There's no redemption.
No redemption.
None.
redemption.
Zip, zero, zilch. I hate him. I don't care.
Cannot be
For
ever
our
redeemed.
podcast listeners, Alondo just did the real
roll in the
up
middle
middle finger.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I just like took some hair out of my eyelash and pushed it away. By the way, I'm changing my name right now to Justice for TenSoon. So
Justice.
I mean, why not? Just Justice for TenSoon. And when I say justice, I'm in the bad way.
I mean, but TenSoon doesn't take any crap because he's just like, you know what? You can judge me and pass all your sentence all you want. I'm in a wolfhound, bitch. I'm out. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, it hurt me in my head right now. So you have all these people that can shapeshift and all that kind of stuff, and then they basically, because they made their bones out of crystal,
They're all slow.
they're like beat. I'm like, oh my god, where's the? So wait. If your bones are made out of crystal and whatever, who actually was going to enforce this? I'm still trying to understand that.
Honor. It's
Who's
honor.
the guard?
Honor.
Who's your strong man in the corner who's gonna be like, I'm the guy that's gonna intimidate you and make sure you get in your a hole with a hole.
They had hope that TenSoon would would follow the rules.
That's the end of the episode, people. Hope to see you next week. Oh, you hurt my head.
They had hope. Anyway, so TenSoon just runs away. They can't
Right.
catch up. He's in a dog body. If you ever try to chase after a dog, ain't happening unless it's like a
no.
little pug or something like that. I mean, if it's a full grown like German Shepherd, like a wolfhound, like you ain't catching it.
You ever have somebody in the neighborhood who's like, oh, I lost my dog, and then you see that dog, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out here and help capture their dog. And I go outside, and I got like little snacks in my hand and stuff. I'm like, hey, whatever. And I go up, and the dog kind of wants to come at me and whatever. They're so skittish. And then I was like, I can catch this dog. Nope. Nope. I chased the dog for like a half mile.
Dogs are fast, man. My dog. I mean, I have a baby retriever, and she is fast. Like
The ability to push on 4 legs versus 2 legs, it's not even possible.
she turns into a blur. I mean, you think rabbits are fast? She catches rabbits all the time. Like
shoot.
all the time.
I can catch a rabbit. Funny enough, I can catch a rabbit.
Yeah.
I could never catch a dog. Nope.
They're
Not
fast.
gonna happen.
Yeah. And so familiar with the wolfhound body. He's like, yep, I'm out. So runs past the guards and just bounces. He's like, now I guess I'm really truly exiled because I've broken every single rule that could possibly ever be for the Conjura, and plus he's been trained in the wolfhound body to keep pace with a mistborn who can fly.
Right.
So like,
Who
it's
told
not
him
like
that? Told him that he wasn't quite up to snuff? But hey,
Yeah.
he just has to be good enough to beat all these other lazy motherfuckers, right?
I mean, he pretty much just like morphed into a greyhound and was like, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. Antler bag reads. Okay. Will's name is now Hope is a theme within the Antler bag reads. Oh, geez, Will. Jeez, Will. You are on another level, dude. I wish I could get there.
Wine. Here, just get you one of these, man.
How angry would you be if TenSoon turns out to be the hero of ages?
I would kick the computer I just built. I'd be like, I'm out. I'm out.
I'm done. Too funny.
Fair question, though.
Yeah. And that's how we end part 2. That's what TenSoon.
Yes.
Run away, run away, run away.
Look at the bones. Yes.
Look at the bones.
Wow.
Any thoughts from all these chapters? Any bold predictions? Anything cool you guys want to get extra points for? Anything like that? No? Cool. All right.
Spook as the hero of ages.
All right. Favorite character? Spook. All right.
Fair enough. Me, Vin, easily.
Vin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This time, yeah, Vin all day long.
Okay.
That thing she pulled with the other ladies at that ball, I was like, that's a bold move, Cotton. And she went in. She went in. Good for her.
Good for her. Yeah.
Yes.
TenSoon.
Fuck you.
For being fast, man. You got to go with the fast guy. He's like the Usain Bolt of Mistborn. He's like, can't catch him. Yeah.
I get it. Fine.
What do you think TenSoon's going to do now? He's going to run back to Vin?
I don't care.
I know you don't.
I really don't. I'll be honest. Am I the only person in all of existence that hates this guy still? Because
yeah, pretty much everybody loves TenSoon.
Really? I mean, am I the only guy that's like upset that much about what he did to Orsier?
I think
he was commanded to. He had to obey the contract.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
Somebody from the first generation is going to show up and be like, TenSoon, you're right, but I couldn't say that in front of everybody. Here's what we're going to do. First generation is going to show up.
Yeah.
There's going to be a whole flip there.
Okay. Yeah. Has to be. Yeah. No, Will, you nailed it. It is so foreshadowed that the first generation is going to come in and be like, sorry, we've been sitting over here on our cans and our bungalows, but yeah, we need to go ahead and like actually like, step up and do our thing because the Lord Ruler's gone.
Yeah.
I get it. But I hate TenSoon. Period.
Okay, you guys remember my theory time from
I know most people hate
book?
Breeze. Don't talk about Breeze hating here. Hold on.
Oh, really? These people hate? I didn't know that.
So the first generation is my theory time from book 1 about the tree ants.
Okay.
The tree ants. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's really good. I like it.
I told you the ants, dude. The ants are coming.
Right. So you have this older generation who has witnessed all of history, who have been like sidelined the whole time, not purposefully. They just did it on their own, voluntarily sidelined, and now coming into the fray. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't love TenSoon, but I love that theory.
Yeah. Cool.
Good deal. Yes.
Well, next time we're going to start part 3, The Broken Skies.
Okay.
Sounds ominous. And we're doing 5 chapters, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38.
We did 5 chapters this time, so
yeah,
that's okay.
Do it again. We're going to do it again. And then the following week after that, we're doing 6 chapters. And we'll have guests for that one, I think.
Oh, cool.
I think that's where you guys. Yeah. So, yeah. Or maybe it's the week after that. No, I think it's in 3 weeks. I don't know.
Cool.
It's a really cool Epiphany chapters we're having guests on.
Okay. Good deal.
So yeah, we're gonna start part 3, do 5 chapters, and we'll record next week doing that. So yeah. Any final thoughts before I do the sign off thing, Majig? Okay, cool.
Nope,
how can you found? Is that the Wheel Reads? The CosmoReads.com, the other website I run. Yeah, that other thing. What podcast is this? What day is it? The CosmoReads.com. Find links to everything, such as the Will Reads Discord server, because that is what it is. The Cosmo Reads has a section on the Will Reads Discord server. You come hang out there. Yeah. Also, make sure to check out the links to our merchandise store where you can find T-shirts, frosty mugs, all sorts of cool stuff like that. Patreon, if you feel so inclined. We'd love to hear from you there. And yeah, come follow us on social media. Where I occasionally retweet other Cosmere stuff. And is it still tweet? Is it still called retweeting? I re-X other stuff. I X stuff.
Xing. It's a stupid thing.
Whatever.
Rebranding. It's
Anyway.
the worst. It's the worst rebrand I think I've ever heard in my entire existence as an IT person. Yeah.
Well, he's just trying to keep the SpaceX.
Also, he's a
X.
troll. Because
Oh, he's
now
a-
when you go to anybody's website and you're looking for the Twitter icon, it's now an X. And it's like, oh, let me just X out of that.
Yeah.
I think it's a troll. I think it's an
troll.
Elon Musk troll.
Yeah. Anyway, so like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. Build the algorithms up. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to YouTube, subscribe to the podcast, all the great stuff. Write reviews. We've gotten a few reviews, no written reviews. We just had people click the star thingy majig. So thank you for doing that. I went and checked the other day for the first time ever after 39 episodes. So anyways, yeah, so go do that. It'll be fun. Exeter? Yeah.
It's Zitter, so it's
Zitter.
Rexit.
Brexit. That's awesome. Yeah, so do all those things, and that's all I got for this week. So until next time, see you guys later.
Will Allen click the right button?
Thank you for watching the Cosmere Reads.
Gosh dang, gosh dang fresh. Gosh dang, gosh dang fresh.